It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Case and Wallace. And it's Holmgren in at the center, filling out the middle. You know, Brent, when you talk about home court advantage, the Knicks have one of the best.
Well, New York is so electric, and just I have memories, Kevin, walking out on that court, and it just feeling different. So the Mecca is back, and when it's loud, it is delicious.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Williams, trains the three-pointer.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Towns. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Hart with it. Towns looking around. Hands it from downtown.
It really is something else to watch a guy like Towns shoot from that far out.
Holmgren with a screen on Anunoby. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Wright. And Tucker kicks to Wright. The kick out to Towns. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Anunoby. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Hart against Dort. Pass to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Hart the pass to Towns. Another miss by Towns. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 2. Anunoby, good.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Dagnall said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Anunoby against Dort, and Anunoby slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
And you just see that burst. Gilgeous-Alexander, hard to catch him once he gets that first step.
Here's Wright, and Wright throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
It's stolen by Dort. He takes it in, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one is on town.
Let's throw it out there. 215, 220 at the guard position. He'll throw it around.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC. Tucker can knock down the long-range three ball. You just can't give him that much room to settle in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Wright finds Tucker. Anunoby in the corner. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
A big-time effort for OG Anunoby, providing a lot of energy for the New York Knicks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Well, one thing standing out right now is just how fearless everybody is in getting inside and taking advantage of any lane or angle they get to get after them.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso out there with Mitchell. Then it's Williams, and it's Jang in at the 4.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You can see some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Caruso grabs the miss. And so Caruso will bring up the ball for the Thunder, trailing by 2. Hartenstein with the screen on Brunson. Caruso, no good. McBride with the ball. Now defended by Mitchell. Pass to Bridges. Brunson kicks to Achua. Back to Brunson. Brunson, hard finish inside. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
A three-pointer off the mark. Thunder trailing by 4. Here's Caruso. The Thunder with another miss. For New York, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Brunson against Mitchell. Lets the 3 fly. The sweet lefty stroke of Jalen Brunson.
Brunson just knows how to manufacture points. Right now being assertive.
Lays it up off the glass.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here, it is eye-opening.
Here's Robinson. A slam dunk by Robinson.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. He was all alone on that one.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Back to Brunson. Brunson barreling in. Bridges, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
Bridges confident right now, and I like to see him just be quick with those kind of decisions.
Caruso, the pass to Mitchell.
2 minutes.
Poked loose. Stolen by Brunson. Pass to McBride. On the wing, Bridges. Back to McBride. Bridges a screen on Caruso. Out to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Good opportunity right here, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
And I love that move for this guy. When he's in rhythm, that's money.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
1:10 left to play here in the second quarter. To the wing right side. Bridges sets the screen for Brunson. Pretty bucket inside by Brunson.
Brunson sizing up the defense and good at operating in the pick and roll.
Caruso kicks to Williams. Robinson with the block. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
No one covering. Chang's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Knicks leading by 9. And Brunson, here we go. Here's McBride. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Chang, the pass to Caruso. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
The Thunder shooting just their second attempt at the line tonight. 8 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And so it's New York in the driver's seat. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We've seen Mikal Bridges really having a great game.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Josh Hart. P.J. Tucker is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's DeLon Wright. And it's Anunoby in at the 2 spot. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Williams, a screen on Anunoby. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
How smooth was that as Gilgeous-Alexander just rising up that time. Great pace.
Wright looking around. The kick out to Anunoby. Outside, Towns. Back to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. Goes up on the wing. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 7. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. Jacks up a 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds in this game. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league. Can't let someone like Hart get inside the D just asking to get burned.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren kicks to Dort. Back to Holmgren. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Tucker. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Knicks. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Back to Hart. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wallace. Good. A nice assist for Williams. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Good on the three-point shot.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitor.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
The Knicks leading by 11. Right outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Tucker. Three-pointer. Nailed from three-point land. Tucker's got 6.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That's foul number 2 for him. So New York ends up going with the new group.
On the court.
New York's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Out to Bridges. There's 1:26 left to play in the third. That one falls.
One tough customer. Bridges fighting for the basket in close.
Jang, a screen. A wide open look here for Caruso. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. McBride finds Brunson. And he makes that one. 10 points for him.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Pass to Jang. Hartenstein with the screen for Jang. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it work.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Brunson the pass to McBride. Here's Robinson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Robinson's got his second bucket.
Some footwork, some finesse from Mitchell Robinson.
35.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The offensive foul is charged to Mitchell. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Caruso against Brunson. For 3, Bridges. Thunder with the rebound. Here's Jang. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Here's McBride, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Mitchell. Isaiah Hartenstein is out there with Jang, and it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams at the small forward position. Robinson goes in. Achua finds Robinson. 5 to shoot. Here's Brunson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brett, when you survey Jalen Brunson going from role player now to all-star, what a rise.
At the line.
What's been the key for him?
I just think it's confidence, Kevin. I mean, simple confidence. I don't think there's one point where Jalen Brunson didn't believe that, not that he was the best player on the court, but that he was going to be the best leader. And that has translated into him producing some massive scoring and assist nights for any team that he's played on. This guy is a winner.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Williams sets a screen for Jang. On the wing, Williams. Back to Jang. Williams, a screen on Bridges. Jang, no luck.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Johnson with it. Williams picks him up. Here's McBride. Off target from three-point range. And so Caruso will bring up the ball for Oklahoma City. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Caruso. Over McBride. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. The Knicks leading by 20. Robinson a screen on Caruso. Brunson the pass to McBride. And stolen by Caruso. Jang finds Caruso. Frames the three. And yes, he'll go to the line for one more. It's going to be on Precious Achiuwa. And a new group in for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Robinson. Josh Hart comes in for Achiuwa. OG Anunoby's checked in for Miles McBride. And it's right in for Jalen Brunson. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Williams comes in for Jang. Dort, he's checked in for Kenrich Williams. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Mitchell. Wallace is checked in for Alex Caruso. Clock at 6. Bridges sets the screen for Towns.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
On the wing, Wallace. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Williams looking over the floor. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Those kind of dunks get your team going, and Luguentz Dort applying the pressure.
Anunoby a screen on Williams. Bridges kicks to right. And the Knicks miss again. Thunder trailing by 15. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's foul number 2 for him.
Karl Anthony Towns. Second personal foul.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Holmgren finds Williams. Back to Holmgren. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Knicks.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Towns, the pass to Hart. Towns, a screen on Williams. Here's Anunoby. The Thunder pull it in. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Williams, a screen on Bridges. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. It's rebounded by Anunoby. And it's the Knicks with the ball. 22 is their biggest lead. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Right against Wallace. Towns for 3. Good D by Holmgren. So no problem for New York as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in
but eventually I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and go.
These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum and Horford, the duo at forward. And it's Porzingis in at the center position.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Outside Holiday. Tatum a screen on right. Holiday with the ball. And it's Anunoby picking him up. And it's Tatum missing. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. We discussed the different ways that Al Horford can impact the game. And Coach told me he defends, he rebounds, he can score from all 3 levels. Al does whatever his team needs on any given night. He's the glue guy. So it'll be interesting to see what contribution Horford brings tonight. B.A.?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Towns outside. It's Wright on the wing. 5 to shoot. Towns a screen on White. They grab their own miss. Pass to Hart. Second chance effort. Boston pulls it in.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
From behind the arc. White can't hit. For New York, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Towns for 3. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D. And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without a foul.
Boston's gone 0 for 3 from downtown.
4-0.
Holiday against Wright to the wing, right side. Wright with a steal. Outside Anunoby. Lets it go from deep. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
I mean, I'll tell you, Towns is so dangerous on the offensive glass.
To stop the drought. The shot by Holiday, no good.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Anunoby passes to Wright. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
It's stolen by Hart. Oh, a clear look for Anunoby. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Holiday. Outside Tatum. White with a screen on Tucker. Outside White. Pass to Holiday. 6 to shoot. White with it. Picked up by Tucker. Tatum from long range. Hits the trifecta.
With his feet set, Tatum's going to make you pay.
Knicks leading by 5. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Now here's Hart, outside Tucker. Towns for 3, connects from downtown. Towns has got 5.
There's a 3 for Towns, countering the 3 they just gave up.
White finds Horford.
11-3.
Back to White. Fires for 3. Wright with the board. And here's New York now. They're on an 11-3 run. Anunoby on the wing. He's guarded by White. Here's Hart. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Got a piece of it. White with the steal. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. Outside Tatum. Fires from deep. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And we've reached the end of the first. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Taking a look at the Celtics. They've got Jaylen Brown. He's out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Peterson in at the small forward position.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
It's Bridges on the wing. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players, to the coaches, to the front office, and the fans.
He packs it down!
That is incredible.
And how about the hops Bridges has? Showing off some there with the slam.
Bridges against Brown. Outside Craig. Pass to Pritchard. Out to Craig. Shot clock at 3. Launches a 3. And his first look.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. They lead by 4. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection. Guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie.
Knicks lead 16.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Bridges. Hey, Jaylen Brown spikes it through.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
Achua inside. Craig's there. Achua gets the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 7.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Here's Pritchard. Brunson defending. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Back to Pritchard. Launches it. And it's New York with a rebound. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Brunson. Oh, sweet move. It's Brunson working inside. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, do you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Bridges outside. Goes back up. Ooh, great D that time from Craig. Celtics trail by 7. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. To the paint. Second chance shot. Pritchard, no good.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Brunson passes to Bridges. And here's McBride. Screen by Bridges. To the middle. Knocks it loose. Craig with a steal. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Brown. On the break, Jaylen Brown.
One of the smoother athletes in the game. Brown just sort of glides up court in transition.
Three-pointer, Bridges. knocks down the triple. Bridges has got 5 points.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Here's Cada. Out to Craig. Pass to Brown. Jalen Brunson grabs a miss.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Here's Peterson. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
New York. Ball.
It'll count. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the New York Knicks up. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Karl Anthony Towns.
And he was a beast on the offensive glass in that first half. How can they slow him down?
Yeah, look, even when you put a body on him, he finds ways to extend possessions.
They've got P.J. Tucker. DeLon Wright is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Josh Hart, and it's Towns in at the 5, down low. That's Tom Thibodeau's 5 as we get going in the second half.
Yeah, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Yeah, just a solid passer. Towns relishes his role as leader of this team, wanting to set up his teammates.
Yes! Kristaps showing some range.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Pass to Tucker. Back to Wright. Tucker with a screen on White. Wright, pass to Hart. Clock at 6. Outside Anunoby. And stolen by Holiday. Outside White. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. They kick it out to Porzingis. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Knicks ball.
Knicks leading by 7. Wright drives it. The shake. And he takes it up and lays it in. Wright's got 4 points this quarter.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Porzingis passes to Horford. Back to Porzingis. Oh, look out! Porzingis!
Now, we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it too.
Right outside. Pass to Anunoby. Right up top. He's guarded by White. Right, pass to Tucker. Clock at 4. Shoots over Horford, and it's New York scoring again.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Holiday against Wright. Holiday passes to Horford. Outside Tatum. Tatum drops the hammer.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
Knicks leading by 7.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Anunoby on the wing. He's covered by Holiday. Here's Towns. Nifty move. And it's powered home by Towns.
Bad idea in, leaving him open. He needs more defensive attention, not less.
Here's Holiday. Out to Horford. Outside Porzingis. On the wing, Tatum. They set the pick. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Having added so much strength, Tatum can take the contact and stay balanced.
So New York ends up going with a whole new group. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Kata's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Craig comes in for Horford. Brown, he's checked in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, "It sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling." Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Peterson, he's checked in for Boston. Left side, McBride. There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Back to Bridges. Misses off the right iron.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Boston, no good that time either. New York leading by 9. There's the three. Drops in the three. Bridges has got 8 points.
Canning it from the corner isn't as easy as Bridges made it look that time.
Craig passes to Brown. Brown downhill. Here's Kata. Pass to Pritchard. Puts up a three. Gets the three ball to go. Pritchard's got his first 3 points of the game. 9 seconds left in the third. Brunson. With 2 seconds left. And so it's New York with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They're key to... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, that's great decision-making, and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown is out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Torrey Craig, and it's Kata in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Flying in with the one-hand slam.
That right there was a statement finish. Outside McBride, from outside the arc. Brunson taking his time here. The three. Offensive rebound, Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
From a dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Here's McBride. Hauled in by Brown. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Knicks?
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
Yeah, their team-first approach is another thing you have to like. And they've had great ball movement and are getting a lot of points off assists.
The Celtics making a switch here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Kata. Tatum comes in for Peterson. Derek White's checked in for Craig. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Town so smooth down there inside.
Knocks it down from distance. And now an 11-point Knick lead.
The defense was just nowhere to be found. Because of that, adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Here's Tatum. Outside, Brown. Takes it inside, throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
Knicks leading by 8. Outside Hart. Bridges outside. Hart finds Bridges. Shot's good by Hart.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
We know Porzingis has range, but wow, that's a tough shot.
Towns passes to Bridges from the high post. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Towns has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's White. They kick it out to Porzingis. KP to the cup. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Boom! I mean, Porzingis laying down the hammer. Oh, mercy, mercy.
Hard against Tatum. Outside Anunoby. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Celtics. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Holiday drives in. Oh, he got it with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They held a 12-point lead earlier, and the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul. 1.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Hart with a screen on Brown. Outside Hart. Tatum with a steal.
Not the best pass, guys, and the defense took full advantage.
Outside Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
And it's Porzingis at 7-3, a monster to go to late in the game.
Holiday against Anunoby. Pass to Towns. Back to Anunoby. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. And he holds nothing back on those.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Hart goes in for 3. Bridges nails it from beyond the arc. And it's a 10-point New York lead.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Back to White. This one for 3. Counted from distance.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammates.
And here are the Knicks. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hart from long range. Tatum pulls it in. Brown in the high post. He's against Bridges. So New York wins it. Boy, a hard-fought game. Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Brown out there with Holiday, and it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Boy, you respect the shot selection from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just taking what the defense gives him.
Holiday, the pass to Tatum. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Crafty move. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Holmgren. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
Here's Porzingis. Pass to Hauser. The 3. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, what you love about Kristaps Porzingis at 7'3", he can see over any defender, and he's a terrific passer, guys.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
The kick out to Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Tatum setting the pick for Porzingis. 6 to shoot. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams against Holiday. And Williams slams it in.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
So he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
The burst of speed from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Put it on the deck, get to the cup.
Here's Hauser. Jang defending. Here's Porzingis. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Nice back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doors, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Now, here's George. And Chang gets to Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Austin's gone 2 of 3 from deep so far in this game. Holiday, the pass to Hauser. Back to Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Chang. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. .105 left in the first quarter of the game. Driving in, and he converts the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14 points.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Pass to Hauser. Launches a three, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
And from three-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
Williams sends a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And Zhang kicks to Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Out to Porzingis. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Pritchard. The Celtics have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Line for 2.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. It's stolen by White. Up in time. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here. For the Thunder.
I like how they work the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Another strength for them today, guys. Mid-range shooting. Normally the defense wants to give you that shot. Let's see if they adjust at all.
Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Oklahoma City. On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The guards are Pritchard and White. Torrey Craig is out there with Horford, and it's Peterson in at the small forward. Here's Pritchard to the wing on the left. Here's Craig. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and frankly borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame and he fits in personality-wise.
Now here's White. Scoreless thus far. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
Right side Horford. Pass to Peterson. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Peterson's got 5 points so far.
Al Horford is such a tremendous passer as a big man. Wow, does he get work done offensively.
Craig against Caruso. The 3. Peterson grabs the miss. The Celtics with the lead. Pritchard passes to Peterson. Outside, White. Going inside. Bucket is good. White's got the lead up to 3 now for Boston.
Well, Derek White showing you I can put it on the deck and finish off a pretty drive. Nicely done, Derek.
They set the screen. Wallace gets it to go from beyond the arc. Wallace has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pritchard passes to Peterson. There's the steal. Williams against Craig. Pass to Carlson. On the wing, Wallace. Driving to the basket. And the slam by Wallace.
Oh, he got fancy. with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Here's Pritchard. Nothing on the board. Knocked away. Caruso with the steal. Goes up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
A shot by Pritchard, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Out to White. Sprague with a screen on Caruso. And White slams it in.
Soaring in for the dunk, Derek White. My goodness.
Pass to Caruso. Tipped away. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition tape foul. The Celtics shooting their fifth free throw of the game here. Free throw drops for Al Horford. And when you talk about Derek White, Doris, how impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
And that one's good, Caruso.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Here's White. Nifty move. And the layup is up and in. White's got 8 points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Caruso, the pass to Carlson. Second chance shot. Shoots the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Carlson's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Thunder.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have big stretch the floor. An example there.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. Back right after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Chet Holmgren out there with Chang, and it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And here is Holmgren. Following Porzingis' 3, Holmgren gets the bucket.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. You've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And it's Brown missing.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
The drop by Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Oh, the long strides of Holmgren on display. This is why you can't give him the lane.
Outside, Porzingis. About 2 minutes gone by in this half. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Shoots over Holmgren. Back to Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over George. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
You can see the work Lou Dort has put in to make himself a threat from 3. That's a pretty-looking shot right there.
The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Hauser. Jang defending. Will it go? Here's Holiday. Nice defense from Dort. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And the dunk by Tatum.
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Now here's Williams. 7 points in the game. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Williams with a clean look. Hits the three-point bomb. Williams has got 10.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
How about the answer from Jason Tatum? Say it with your chest, Jason.
Stolen by Tatum. By himself. Tatum with the finish on a beautiful break.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
It's very long, and SGA is so effective around the hoop because of that length.
They get a hand on it. Williams with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Top of the key, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots. Porzingis with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Beyond the arc. The shot by Holiday, no good. Pass to Hauser. And the turnover up again by Boston. And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called.
Substitution on the court. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes to review
It's
the play.
perfect for a review, coach's challenge or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, they can have a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just one possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand. And so it's Oklahoma City enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. The guards are Pritchard and White. And it's Torrey Craig. And it's Cornette in at the center position.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Caruso against White. Caruso kicks to Wallace. Back to Caruso. Pass to Carlson. And the 3 ball is good. And And the Thunder lead by 13. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. I think we have a beautiful game now.
Here's Hartenstein. That's tipped. Here we go, all alone. Here's Peterson, finishes the break with a slam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Hartenstein passes to Caruso. Here's the lob to the hoop, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's White. Drills it from outside.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Wallace with the ball. He's picked up by White. Out left to the wing. Fires it up. Pass to Wallace. Goes back up. Rebound, Boston.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Here's the screen. Peterson misses. The Thunder leading by 10. Here's Carlson. Here he goes. Back to Caruso. Hartenstein with the screen on Craig. Pass to Hartenstein. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets a floater go, and Williams leaves it in. And the Thunder lead by 12.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Here's Cornette. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And let's take a moment, guys, and get your take on the scoring so far for Oklahoma City.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
1:57 left in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
Here's Cornette. Shields over Caruso. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got to be thinking jump shot. Gave a little pump fake and then off to the races.
Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go.
Boy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just slicing his way inside. No doubt on the finish.
And stolen by Caruso. Pass to Holmgren. Williams kicks to Dort. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Thunder.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
A three ball. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Down low, Gilgeous Alexander covering. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Pass to Holmgren. It's Dort on the wing. Outside Williams. The tray. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that...
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Defense looking bad.
strength for both of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on.
Now, New York starting 5. They've got Karl Anthony Towns. P.J. Tucker is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's DeLon Wright, and it's Anunoby in at the 2. And it's Wright missing. Dort with it. Towns covering. Dort, the pass to Holmgren. Anunoby with a double team. Dort for 3. Wright with the board.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Towns for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And they're on the break. Here's Jang, covered by Towns. Hard against Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Jang. 3-pointer. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Thunder foul. Jang. First personal foul. First team foul.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Towns down low. Holmgren's there. Outside Anunoby. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it out Towns. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Thunder. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Mark Dagnall and I were able to chat, and he said when you watch film on Karl Anthony Towns, his size is impressive, but when you're actually standing next to him, he looks a whole lot bigger. And he knows how to use that size on the blocks and on the perimeter, which makes him an especially tough cover. Brian?
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's Anunoby. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Wright. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Lou Dort picks one up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for the Knicks, DeLon Wright.
And no good on the second free throw. So 0 for 2 there. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Anunoby picking him up. And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
How about the vertical of Gilgeous-Alexander, a guard who can get up and throw it down.
Here's Anunoby. And he jams it home with authority.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. And we talk about guys who can really guard 1 through 5. OG Anunoby is one of them, Brent.
Yeah, OG can make your night a living nightmare the way he can guard. He chases around shooters. He's physical enough to deal with wings who like to play in the mid-range. And he's relentless on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside. Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
I like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Towns can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Hard covering.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander, and the way that he's working, he's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw of the contest. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis, and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Back to Tucker. There's 45 seconds left in the first. Looking to win the run. Kicks it out, Towns. 4-3. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Oh, the big man is smooth from range. Have to put a man on Towns, that's for sure.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Hard covering.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. 13 foul.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hart. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Can't let someone like Hart get inside the D just asking to get burned.
Gilgeous-Alexander attacking. Stolen by Anunoby. And it's
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And there's really plenty of time remaining in this game, so you want to make sure the right call was made.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
They've got Cason Wallace. He's out there with Alex Caruso. Isaiah Hartenstein is out there with Williams. And it's Carlson in at the power forward position. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Here's Brunson. Check out Brunson going to work inside.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, BA, isn't it interesting, Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach, and then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard, they play defense first, they play a ton of minutes, but this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning. Brian, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie.
A lot of people like Mitchell Robinson because he does what he's told to do, and that is stay in the lane. It's where he does a lot of damage, both defensively and offensively.
Brunson passes to Achua. Outside McBride. Brunson, a screen on Williams. Here's McBride. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. There's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First 2 fouls.
Here's Carlson. Hartenstein with a screen on Achua. Carlson can't get it to go. For New York, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Achua with the dunk.
Excellent court vision from Brunson as he's able to find the open man.
Wallace with it, and McBride picks him up defensively. Here's Carlson. Nails it from 3. Carlson's got 6.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
And it's Robinson penetrating. Crafty move. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Driving in. And here's Caruso outside. Oh, the Thunder, another 3. Well, Brent, there's some players who never stop talking trash on the court. Is that distracting to you?
Not really, B.A. That's kind of the fun part of the game when somebody's trying to get under your skin a little bit. If it's not just playing defense and it comes with a little chit-chat, it sometimes draws your attention and makes you focus a little bit more.
Here's Wallace. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Oklahoma City?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And that's just too easy. Bridges in there slamming it down.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Wallace up top. Brunson defending. Here's Carlson. Drills it from deep. 9 points in the game.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
And already one of the more consistent three-point shooters. Cason Wallace is lethal from outside, Brent.
Really impressive, B.A. in his first year to shoot over 40% from three. Pretty selective in the ones he took, but still his number one attribute is how disruptive he can be defensively at that guard position.
Oklahoma City's got it going from distance in the second quarter. 4 of 5 from deep. Here's Wallace. And another three for Oklahoma City.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Oh, look at Jalen Brunson. Don't let that size fool you.
Well, that takes such tenacity just to get in there. Brunson battling through the inside contact.
Here's Carlson. Offensive board. Pass to Hartenstein. Caruso against Bridges. Shot clock at 5. Tries again. Caruso with the bucket.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Achua passes to Robinson. Outside McBride. To the inside. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's Wallace. Off the mark there with a three. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Thunder. They lead by 3. Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
So on the floor for the Knicks, OG Anunoby out there with DeLon Wright. Then there's P.J. Tucker. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hart in at the 3 slot.
And making the most of his three-point chances. That's Tucker just spotted up and ready to go.
When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Brent.
Well, it's been generations, B.A., that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973. So as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
Here's Wright. Left side Tucker for the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one. As a big, once you get in position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated. Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with the hammer.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
Towns outside. And they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Second team foul.
Off the inbound. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Tucker, great job reading the floor and finding a way to set up a ready shooter.
And it's Williams off the drive. Here's Jang. Anunoby covering. Jang passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Hart. For the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
What an all-out effort there from Hart, taking the fast break all the way down on his own.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Hart. Here's Towns. Yep, that one's good. And now it's a 5-point Knick lead.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Counted.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Anunoby passes to Hart. Back to Anunoby. Down low. Here's Tucker. That shot off. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Dort on the wing. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists in the game. Tucker, the pass to Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
And it's always great to see Towns in the zone, bringing a ton of energy to his offensive game.
Hard against Gilgeous-Alexander. Jang in the post. Lays it up and banks it in.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And last season, Brett, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Here's Wallace. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, he settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Back to Caruso for the lead.
Thunder foul. Carlson. Second personal foul. 13 foul.
New York has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the 3rd. Here's Brunson. Soft touch goes from Brunson.
You don't need size to score in the lane. It's certainly helpful, but you can see Brunson there with that little teardrop. Who's going to stop that?
And here's Caruso outside. Sends it home from 3-point land. Caruso's got 8. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
16 seconds left in the third quarter. Brunson taking his time here. Here's McBride. Around the back and lays it in. Nice. McBride's got his second basket.
Well, he didn't need to add the spice, but I like it spicy.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Cason Wallace out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Kenrich Williams. And it's Carlson in at the 4. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. New York leading by 3. Elbow shot. It's rebounded by Carlson.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Over to the wing. Caruso outside. Offline with a 3. New York has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Pass to Achua. Outside Brunson. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Williams. Wallace with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Caruso against Achua. From downtown, Wallace's shot is good.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Pass to Achua. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group. So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Towns, he's checked in for Robinson. Josh Hart comes in for Achua. OG Anunoby's checked in for McBride. And Wright subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the basket by Bridges.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, you can add it to the list.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Bridges finds Anunoby. Back to Bridges. And stolen by Williams. Here's Jang. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
He is such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Right, the pass to Hart. Outside Anunoby. It's Bridges on the wing. And the foul is called. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Bridges at the line for 2. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Thanks for that, Allie. Bridges hits them both.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. can pretty much bank on these.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hard with the defensive effort.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Towns for three. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Jang, and he dunks it. What a pass to set him up. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Right with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Back to Towns. And stolen by Holmgren. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Pass to Williams. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. New York trailing. Bridges, a screen on Williams. Right, pass to Bridges. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. New York, no good that time either. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. SGA on the move. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Say it with me now. S-G-A. Get it done.
Right, pass to Towns. Now Bridges. Towns, a screen on Dort. Bridges finds Towns. Off target from outside. The Thunder have gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead. Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points, and they need them now.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
Bridges passes to Anunoby. Back to Bridges. Towns for 3. Cash. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
And in the big moments, Towns ups the ante, which allows him to knock down the important shots.
On target from range.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Foul on Josh Hart. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
First team foul.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside for Dort. Fires it. The open J off the mark. And so it's Oklahoma City winning this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their...
Rebounding should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
So the New York starting five, they've got OG Anunoby. Towns is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's DeJuan Wright, and it's Hart in at the 3 spot. And stolen by Wright. Pass to Tucker. Shot clock at 6. Another shot. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Hard against Porzingis. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And here's Boston. Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
And here's Towns. Following Porzingis' 3, stolen by Holiday. And they're running. And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Holiday.
Want to create a good look? Yeah, just get the ball to Tatum out in space.
Tucker dishes to Towns. Back to Tucker. Pass to Wright to end the run. No good. Shot missing. White with the defensive effort. Outside, Porzingis. Wide, a screen on Towns. Porzingis, that's a 2. Just 5 to shoot. There's Tatum, and he uses the glass on the layup.
What muscle on that finish. It's hard trying to prevent Tatum from converting.
Wright looking around. The kick out to Anunoby. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul, second team foul.
Holiday against Anunoby. Pass to Tucker. Clock at 6. Over Horford.
And such focus from Horford defensively. Doesn't let up on the pressure.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Anunoby against Holiday.
Stealing a ball in the NBA, it takes more than quickness. It takes smarts. Run it.
And he comes up with the deuce. Tatum's got 6.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Al Horford, after Jason Tatum missed on that last 3-pointer. 6 to shoot. And here's Porzingis for a 3. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Sinks the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Holiday, here we go. And Holiday throws it down.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
The kick out to Tatum. Fires for three. That's good from Holiday on the assist by Tatum. He's got 8.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And it's Wright missing. Outside, White. And Holiday, here we go. Three-pointer, Horford. Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the...
And so it's the Boston Celtics. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Celtics?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
You also have to admire how they challenge the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
They've got Torrey Craig, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Brunson the pass to Achua. The dunk by Achua.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his balance.
Pass to Brown. And we played through the first minute here in the second. And finished off by Brown.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Brunson against Brown. McBride passes to Bridges. Knocks down the 3 ball. Bridges got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Brown with it. Bridges covering. And it's Brown missing. Knicks trail by 12. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous one. What an effort by Brown, outrunning everyone else for that little solo break.
Here's McBride. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Takes it inside. Craig to the left wing. Brown outside. Unloads. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Pritchard's got his first basket.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
Here's McBride. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Pass to Brown. Over Bridges. Here's Pritchard. From outside the arc. Robinson pulls it in. And pushing it up. Here's New York. So fast in transition. Brunson gets it in there.
Amazing floater from Brunson. He continues to show how dangerous he can be.
Here's Craig. And he lays it straight in. And the Celtics lead by 14.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. To the middle. Here's Robinson. Robinson sets a screen for Bridges. New York needs to get off a shot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Boston ball.
Celtics leading by 14. Here's Pritchard. Over in the corner, Brown. With the drive, and Brown throws it down hard.
Carving up the defenders like a surgeon. Brown is gifted at getting all the way to the rim.
Achua kicks to Bridges. Rebounded by the Celtics. 44 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Pritchard, defended by McBride. It's stolen. And now the Knicks on the break. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And so determined. Bridges finds a way to get the shot up and in. Now to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
Here's Craig. Pass to Peterson. Here's Cornette. Poked away. Stolen by Brunson. They're running. Bridges, no one around him. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Bridges has got 8 points.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Here's Peterson. And he was able to put it up in time, but it doesn't fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics holding on to an 11-point. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. An exceptional performance from Drew Holiday.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. P.J. Tucker is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's DeJuan Wright. Then there's Towns. And it's Anunoby in at the 2 guard. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Drew Holiday said, small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Holiday's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Boston. Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love, but what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin. But Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor.
And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Celtics leading by 17. White, wide open. He fires. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. Down low, headed by Porzingis, and that one's good. Right.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Got that one up quick. White's got 6 points.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
It's the Celtics ball. They're on a 12-3 run. The kick out to Holiday. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Holiday driving inside. And he makes good on the lane. Holiday's got 8 here in the quarter.
And he's got it all working for him tonight. Holiday's effort level and energy are off the charts.
Here's Tucker. Connects from three-point range. Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
Porzingis with a screen on right. Holiday finds Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 6 points for him.
And Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him. That's just inviting trouble.
And Anunoby, here we go.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Holiday.
2 minutes.
Out to Porzingis. Tatum with a screen on Towns. Here's Porzingis. Tatum on the wing. Stolen by Anunoby. Launches the 3. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics leading by 20. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. Knicks trail by 20. And right, here we go. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Knicks.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Brown. Pass to Pritchard. Offensive rebound. New York's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Shot's good by Achua.
Oh, what a find. The ball just comes out of Brunson's hands on time.
Brown inside. Robinson on him. Here's Hauser. Fires the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Hauser's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Bridges inside the three-point line. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
A capable shooter from all 3 levels, and Bridges with the smooth release.
There's the drive. Out to Brunson. Bridges sets the screen for Brunson. Pass to Achua. The second chance effort, and the layup is good. Achua's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Over in the corner, McBride. And so the ball's out of bounds. Craig touched it last.
New York ball.
Holiday has been on display for Boston. He's been a major threat. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Jaylen Brown, and it's Cornette in at center. That's the Boston 5. 6 on the shot clock. The screen from Brown. Into the lane. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
From deep, Brunson can't hit that one. Celtics leading by 13. Brown wide open. He fires. His three-pointer's off the mark. And now the Knicks on the break. Fires the three. And McBride gets it to go.
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition three. But if he'd missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Pritchard passes to Brown. Here's Hauser. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And the man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. You gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Knicks trail by 13. Brunson scanning the floor. Here's the three. Achua kicks to Bridges. Misses the three. Boston's gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. There's Brown with the three. Good on the triple.
You know this is coming with Brown. He is a ruthless sniper outside.
Here's Brunson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Celtics leading by 14. Here's White. Banked in off the glass.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Anunoby outside. Brown with it. Bridges covering. Ball's knocked loose. Bridges with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. Second shot opportunity. Rebound Boston. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Outside, Porzingis. Knocked loose. And the Celtics can't hang on to the ball.
New York ball.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. It's a 16-point game. Anunoby passes to Towns. Back to Anunoby. Brunson sets a screen for Anunoby. Buries the long-range jumper.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Out to White.
2 minutes remaining.
And the call. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play.
Bridges. First personal foul. First team foul.
Now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Out to Bridges. Trains it from beyond the arc.
The top 2 things Bridges does well, defend and hit jumpers off the catch.
It's stolen by Brown. Brunson against Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Celtics.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Drew Holiday.
And we can't forget about his effort on defense, specifically how many steals he was able to grab. Just an absolute pest.
Porzingis can't hit. Hart with it, now guarded by Tatum. And the layup's good off the glass. Think burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Holiday kicks to Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. Here's Brown. Back to Holiday. Nice ball movement by Boston. Just 2 to shoot. Or the 3. The shot, no good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. So much appreciated, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
But eventually, I'll get there. I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let
matchup of the elites tonight. Two titans clashing in this one.
Oh, my. B.A., I mean, there's no shortage of stars on either side of the ball. These tend to be statement games, sending a message by imposing their will.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Then there's Holmgren, then it's Williams, and it's Jang in at the power forward position. 5 on the clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter, someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Right side Brown. Out to Horford. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Holiday against Williams. Shot clock at 6. Outside Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander into the lane. Misses from short range. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
And here's Brown for 3. Knocks down the long J.
Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was up.
Gilgeous-Alexander attacking. Outside, Williams. It's stolen by Holiday. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Here's Dort. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
You're making the slam look second nature. Once Dort sees the launching pad, he's ready to take off.
Outside Holiday. Tatum from long range. The Thunder pull it in. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Into the lane. Oh!
Wow!
And we see the speed and power. I mean, Williams shows off on that one.
Outside Tatum. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Ryan, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. And Boston has possession. Following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Outside Porzingis. The 3. That shot, no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Tatum's got 6.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Back to Jang. Fires the 3. Hauled in by Brown.
That's a look he couldn't pass up. He just couldn't get it to go.
Williams against Holiday. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Williams passes to Sajang. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a screen by Jang. Takes the 3. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Holiday. Horford, right side. Porzingis against Holmgren. Porzingis passes to Horford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Holiday finds Horford. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
You see the great fundamentals. Horford sets up with a quick shot off the feed. No hesitation.
Holmgren with a screen on Holiday. Gets it off. Parried from outside.
Under NBA rules, the officials will have 2 minutes to review.
Are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got. Cason Wallace out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Williams. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Carlson in at power forward.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Pass to Carlson. Caruso against White. Here's Carlson. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
Yeah, the more he knocks those down, the more confidence this coaching staff's going to have in him.
Caruso against White. Pass to Craig. Tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Caruso touched it last.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Cornette. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Outside, Williams. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Caruso against White. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
From deep. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Boston trailing. Well, Stan, when you look at the history of undrafted players, few have been as impactful as Alex Caruso.
And you have to love the way he's done it, Brian. Grinded his way through the G League, won a championship, and now he's a first-team all-defense guy. Quite a story.
Williams' shot is good.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's Pritchard. Outside White. Out to the right wing. Lets the three fly. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White. Already 7 lead changes. These teams are really going after each other.
It's been a brutal game to play, but a fun one to watch.
Boston making a switch here. Peterson's checked in. And the call will be against Derek White. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boston foul, Derek White. Second personal foul. Second.
Caruso outside. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Caruso.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Pass to White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Powerful. He saw an opening and turned it into a highlight reel.
Man, just sent it down with some force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
Caruso.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Now here's White. Here's Peterson. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Wallace. Pure from three-point range. Wallace has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Cornette. A minute 6 left in the half. Now White. Let's go with a 3. Hartenstein pulls it in. Oklahoma City has got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. Williams' shot is good.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Oh, here's White on the drives. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. White's got 12.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen away. Pass to Peterson. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm. Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
On the wing, Caruso. And here is Williams. 4 seconds left. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
Kenrich Williams taking 2 shots.
We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Derek White getting it done for the Celtics. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. How about Derek White really making a difference here?
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Tatum and Horford, the duo at forward. Jaylen Brown is out there with Drew Holiday. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. The kick to Tatum. Back to Holiday. Clock is at 3. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys, but now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. There's a screen by Jang. From the arc. Rebound Boston. Now Tatum. 6 points for him. Pass to Brown. Oh, and a dunk by Brown!
My goodness. Brown with the massive throwdown.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points. Here's Holiday. Outside Tatum. Porzingis up top. The 3 ball. Wow, Porzingis with the triple.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
And it's Dort off the drive. Williams against Tatum. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Williams has gotten his second bucket.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Graham, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. Got a line change here for Boston.
Substitution on the court.
White looking it over. Hauser passes to Pritchard. Craig with a screen. The three is up. Pritchard, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
On the wing, Caruso. He's guarded by White. Caruso outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Carlson. Hits a three-pointer. Now just a 1-point Boston lead.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Oklahoma City has gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go. Pass to Wallace. For the lead. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Boston's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Celtics.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Yeah, the other thing they're doing is absolutely scorching the net. Red hot from outside all game long.
The Celtics making a switch here. Peterson's checked in. Back to Caruso. Hartenstein with a screen on White. White with the steal. With the drive. And White gets right to the 10.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of this game. Good on both. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Caruso. Pass to Peterson. Here's the pick. Drives to the hoop. Here's Cornette for 3. Hartenstein pulls it in. And here's Caruso outside. Misses the tray. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Alex Caruso is out there with Cason Wallace. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Kenrich Williams. And it's Carlson in at the 4.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
And Wallace, here we go. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
White, the pass to Cornette. And it's in there. Cornette's got 5 points now this quarter.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Wallace. Hartenstein a screen. And here's Wallace. 4 on the clock. And Hartenstein gets it to go.
Well, that's a terrific kick-out pass. When the defense collapses like that on the inside, you've got open people outside.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to White. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. A big group substitution here for Boston. Porzingis is checked in for Cornette. Tatum comes in for Peterson. Brown, he's checked in for Hauser. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. And the powerful one-handed slam.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
Here's Porzingis. Okay, do it, KP.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it. Boston leading by 6. Here's Brown. Pass to Tatum. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's Holiday. Outside White. Going inside. Rejected by Holmgren.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Holiday with the ball. Guarded now by Williams.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Second personal foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line, Drew.
And so he makes both from the line.
You know, one thing you got to love about Drew Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor. Tenacious stuff from Dort. I mean, he knows the situation and is dead set on getting them a bucket.
Holiday passes to Tatum.
Remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Holiday up top. Dort defending. Outside, Brown. Outside, Holiday. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
Here's Williams. So it'll be 2 free throws. Well, maybe a little bit of a use it or lose it situation with the coach's challenge. Probably won't make a difference to the outcome, but they still want to review the call.
Shooting for Oklahoma City, Williams, 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules.
So many close calls in every game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Caruso, he's checked in for Wallace. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. And Williams drops them both.
Those are big free throws. Now they need some defensive stops.
Holiday against Williams. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Outside, Brown. Here's Brown on the drive, and Brown with the stuff.
Attacking the rim at full speed. No one wanted to get in Brown's way.
Holmgren, the pass to Caruso. And he drives in. Back to Holmgren. There's the triple. Boston pulls it in. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, third team foul.
56 seconds left in the game. Here's Tatum. They kick it out to Porzingis. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander punches it home.
No fear in the eyes of Gilgeous-Alexander. His guys believe in his ability to come up big.
And it's Brown off the drive. Outside Porzingis. Out of bounds. It'll be Thunder ball.
Oklahoma City ball.
Five-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. On offense, here are the Thunder. 6-point game. White against Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Money!
NBA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And the Celtics call time here. Timeout. They lead by 4.
Somebody, once again, fans, that was Celtics Entertainment.
The deep 3 from Porzingis. No good there. And so it's Boston who scrapes by with the win. I'm sure. All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach...